Good morning, JBLM, and welcome to the first Sound Summit of 2021. We're excited to bring you several resources to help you make progress towards any goals you might have made, whether that be new health goals, financial goals, maybe you're thinking about going back to college or volunteering. We've got a great lineup of folks here to provide excellent resources to support your goals for 2021. As a reminder, we will be collecting your questions throughout the broadcast, and we'll bring organizations back up at the end to answer those questions. A second reminder is there are several organizations not presenting today, but you can always stay connected to them by navigating to the second page of our navigation sheet and clicking on all of their social media and website outlets to make sure you stay connected with the most up-to-date information from those partners. All right, with that, I'd like to bring up Colonel Duncan for opening remarks.
Right, thank you, Robin. As Robin just mentioned, we can't fit everybody into these sound summits. We got about an hour here, and we want to leave a little bit of time for questions. We have so many capacities and capabilities open to you on the base. We are here to serve you, so let us know what your needs are. Reach out to any of the directorates, and they will put you in touch with the person in the directorate that can help you with things like goal setting, which is obviously the focus for today. Whether you do New Year's resolutions or not, we all want to make things better for our families, ourselves, our units, our workplaces. So we have areas today to assist you in health, in financial readiness, community connection. For health, a good suggestion is use the Army Wellness Center. Get yourself a baseline for where you are today. Then use the MWR, the workouts of the day, the Fit Club that you're going to hear about in a little while. The gyms, once we get those open back up to the entire population, and then track yourself through that, and then use the Army Wellness Center to show the improvement that you've made. A great way to continue and build a new habit. Financial readiness, we've got counselors available to you anytime to help you with any sort of life circumstance in a preparation way or in a reaction way. Those are folks who are in Waller Hall, room 400. Community connection. We're surrounded by so many great communities. You've heard me say this many times. The 15 communities that surround JBLM are amazingly supportive of JBLM, and they've got lots of ways that they would appreciate volunteering and connecting with them. So whether you live on base or off base, there's so many ways to serve in our great community and to volunteer. On base, we've got Spouses Club of Lewis McCord, better opportunities for single service members. MWR has lots of ways. Off base, you've got Rotaries, Kiwanuses, things like that. And when you do those things, post them on JBLM Sound Living on Instagram and continue to keep that momentum going. Educational goals. Arnie's here to talk to you about ways to improve your education. So many of those are available to everybody on base, service members, civilians, family members, beneficiaries, etc. So again, welcome to 2021. Hope it's a great year, and thank you, Robin, for setting off our first Sound Summit of 2021. I'll be followed by Colonel Collins from 62nd. Thanks.
All right, good morning, everyone. First of all, welcome back. Hope everyone had a very relaxed and enjoyable holiday season. I know I did, between stepping on 1,000 Legos and getting hit by about 20 Nerf darts on my way to work this morning. Some main highlights from Team McCord's side of the house. Just a recap from what happened from last year and how we're going to take it forward to this year. Thanks for the Army Corps of Engineers as well as Department of Public Works. Our runway is fully open. So after a full year of having some major issues and some sinkholes and some runway closures, we're back up to full capacity. So we'll continue to provide through our high ops tempo global combat airlift throughout all the world. So thank you, a huge thanks again for the Army Corps Engineers and Department of Public Works. Our way ahead for 2021, quite busy. Our ops tempo is already on the rise as we entirely anticipated. A combination of just the global environment the way it is now, as well as the COVID vaccine finding its way throughout the world and allow us to increase our capacity. So we expect to have a heavy burden placed upon us very soon. The good news is we're ready for it. Our airmen are prepared and, as always, ready to meet our needs. So again, thank you again for everything you do for us day in and day out. We hope that we can provide that assistance for you as we continue to roll out the vaccine and continue to disseminate information. So thanks again for everything you've done through 2020, and we look forward to your partnership in 2021. So now I hand off to Lori Parker to talk about some volunteer opportunities. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Lori Parker, and I am your Installation Volunteer Corps Program Manager. The Army is proud and excited to announce the launch of the Army Family Web Portal, a cloud-based environment for the Volunteer Management Information System, or V.M.I.S. When the new site is officially launched on January 11th, I encourage you to transition your account at armyfamilywebportal.com. On this new modernized V.M.I.S. site, you will have a streamlined sign-on and a dashboard for quick access to all of your volunteer tools. If you have recently tried to log into your current Army OneSource V.M.I.S. account without success, please remember that site sunset on December 31st, 2020, and you no longer have access. All of your volunteer information will transition to the new V.M.I.S. site. An email was sent out mid-December to all of our active JBLM volunteers with key dates and an instruction guide on transitioning your account. In the meantime, please manually track your current volunteer hours on a DA Form 4713 daily time record or other desired method. Let me know if you need a copy of the daily time record or instruction guide, and I will be happy to email them to you. If you are a new volunteer with no V.M.I.S. account, you will be able to register an account, browse for opportunities, and submit applications after January 11th on the new armyfamilywebportal.com site. Please let me know if you have any questions or need assistance. Thank you for your patience and support as we continue this journey together. I will be followed by the JBLM Sound Living Symposium.
Good morning, and thank you again for joining us today. My name is Martha Saltero from the Directorate of Personnel and Family Readiness. I have some exciting news to share with you about an upcoming event co-hosted by DPFR and MWR. The JBLM Sound Living Wellness Symposium is a 2-day event where you'll receive helpful information and tools to thrive in military life. This event will take place on the 27th and 28th of January, and it offers sessions led by subject matter experts on a variety of topics such as personal resilience and relationships, nutrition, physical fitness, and much more. Registrations open mid-January, and when it does, you'll have the opportunity to build your own schedule, allowing you to craft your agenda to meet your needs and specific interests. Also, each participant will receive a digital swag bag full of items to enhance your symposium experience. This event is open to all DoD ID card holders. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments and we'll address them at the end of the presentation. Also, please check jblmdpfr.com for updates and be sure to follow JBLM DPFR on social media to be the first to know when registrations open. Thank you again for your time, and I'll be followed by Combined Federal Campaign.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Bill McCool, the District Court Executive for the U.S. District Court here in Western Washington, and I am proud to be the chair of the 2020 Combined Federal Campaign for the Cascadia region. The CFC is one of the largest and most successful employee fundraising campaigns in the world and is the official workplace giving opportunity for the military, federal civilian employees, postal employees, and federal retirees. Cascadia CFC, our region, covers more than 124,000 federal employees in 36 as one of 36 zones. Charities are vetted and approved to participate in the CFC, and donors may choose their charity from the list provided. As of January 4th this year, our campaign has raised over $1.35 million for the 818 charities personally selected by the donors. Last year, we raised $1.59 million, and we'd like to reach at least that this year. We did a special solicitation in April for COVID relief and raised another $96,000. Donors can pledge, as you can see on our website, through givecfc.org or by your paper pledge form from your agency representative. And the last date of pledge is January 15, 2021. I want to wish all of our Armed Forces members and their families a very happy new year. We're very proud of your service to our country, and we hope that you choose to give to the CFC. Thank you very much. And next up is the B.O.S.S program.
Good morning, JBLM community. My name is Specialist Kyle Seymour, and I'm the Installation B.O.S.S President. So if you guys have set some New Year's goals for you, we do have opportunities for you guys coming up in January. So on Monday, we have our coding club. So if you're interested in the IT field or learning more about computer coding, please come out to our club. We're learning about Security Plus. This program will help you so you can eventually take the exam for it. And then if you have set goals to become promoted or go to the board, every Tuesday night we do have our promotion boards going on. And there are first sergeants and sergeant majors sitting on these boards, so they're good mock boards as well as knowledge on prepping you for the board. And then Tuesday mornings we have our JBLM tours going on. That's from 9 to 11. If you're new to the installation and looking to learn more about what this installation has to offer you, we are here to help you. And then Friday, January 8th, we have our professional development day. That's going to be a financial management class. So if you guys have set goals to become better with finances, please do come out to that event. That'll be in the afternoon. The Woodland Park Zoo that you see on the screen right there is actually going to be postponed and canceled. And then on the 13th to 27th, we have our movie night. We're still looking for movie ideas, so if you guys are interested in it and have ideas, please let us know. Our cooking class is going to be January 14th. That's going to be on Facebook Live and in person. So if you guys are interested, please do contact us for that. On January 20th, we have our art night. We're going to be doing a vision board drawing for that. And then on the 23rd, we're going to be going to Tacoma. We're going to be going to different museums, as well as going to Point Ruston. And then if you're looking for volunteer opportunities, the thrift store is always looking for volunteers. And then the emergency food bank down in Olympia is going to be looking for volunteers as well on the 23rd. With that, if you guys have any questions or are interested in any event, please do reach out to us on Facebook or Instagram, or please come to the office, and I'll be followed by MWR.
Good morning, Bruce Antonovich, Sports Fitness Aquatics. Hopefully everybody started 2021 with the workout of the day on January 1st, 2021 reps. I completed it. I assume everybody else here did as well. We have some great events for 2021. We have the Greatest Loser, where the top 3 individuals who lose the most body weight have a chance at Apple Watch 6, a rower, and a mirror. If you haven't heard of the mirror company, it's recently acquired by Lululemon. It is an amazing piece of equipment that you can put in your house. You can actually have coaching sessions through this mirror, so somebody is watching you and they're able to help you. So please check that out. We also have Fit Club. Everybody wants to be part of Fit Club. We have 7 events, 7 different challenges, both strength and cardio based. We have a 10K run in under an hour. We have swim 1 mile in under an hour. We have bike 40 miles outdoors in under 2.5 hours. And then we have 500 burpees complete in 12 hours or less. We have 500 or 1,000 pound lifts, which would be the deadlift, bench press, or squats. We have the Murph WOD, and then finally we have box jumps, 29,029 feet, which is the elevation of Mount Everest. So if you were to choose a 12-inch box, you would need to do 323 jumps for the next 90 days to complete that. Or if you want to go higher elevation, which would be like a 24-inch box, you could do it in 163 jumps a day. So you probably need to figure out how you're going to complete that. You may want to just kind of go with the flow and spread it out throughout the day. But you will receive a free shirt completing the challenge. And if we have anybody who can complete all 7 challenges, you get a bonus 8th shirt. So you get a shirt for every challenge that you can complete. So we're looking forward to see how many can complete all 8. We have... Sorry, lost train of thought there. For fitness centers, currently they are only open to active duty, reservists, and National Guard. We are always reevaluating when we can expand access to everyone else, so please stay tuned. I will be followed by Financial Readiness Program.
Hello, my name is Scott Davis, and I represent the Financial Readiness Program. The holidays are over, and the start of the new year is upon us. For a lot of people, the beginning gives hope, a chance to change old habits to bring about better results in personal, professional, and family living. Some will concentrate on healthier living, such as making better food choices. Some, they're going to concentrate on physical training and maybe starting a new routine or making improvements on an old one. Others will look at emotional or spiritual well-being, strengthening relationships, and financial independence. These intentions, commonly known as New Year's resolutions, all have one thing in common. If not actually planned out with specific goals set, the new intentions seem to evaporate and old habits seep back in. Sound living goals. First, we need to assess our situation. Take stock of your current financial situation to see where you are standing. Are you rolling in debt without being able to pay it back? Is there a big purchase or repair that needs to take place in the near future? What's on your credit report? Once these things have been determined, you need to prioritize. What items in your assessment need immediate attention? Are you behind in bills that could jeopardize your job, such as vehicle payments, insurance, phone bills, or rent? For big purchases or repairs, when does it need to be completed or when does it need to be done? Then we need to get into our goal setting. Once these priorities have been determined, goal setting assists in developing that plan, a plan that will be easier to stick to while staying within the confines of your budget and spending plan. Then you need to develop your budget. Once you've developed your budget, you will need to make sure that your needs are met first and then your wants. From the budget, develop a spending plan that reflects the exact bills or expenses that will be paid out in a particular paycheck. Doing this in advance allows a better perspective to confirm you'll have enough money in the paycheck to cover your plan. And as the government starts to take back the deferred Social Security payments that amounted to 6.2% increase in the paychecks between September and December of 2020, the federal employees pay, both military and civilians, that money will now be taken out of your paycheck from January till the end of December. More on that later. And develop a budget and a spending plan that's going to account for the decrease in your paycheck over this period. Then you're going to find those resources. The Army provides many resources as benefits to you, which means that you can obtain assistance with achieving your resolutions without incurring any additional cost. Now check with the JBLM's Behavioral Health Center, DPFR Family Advocacy Program, the Military Family Life Counselors, unit chaplains, and for financial assistance, DPFR's Financial Readiness Counselors. Take action. Keep in mind that no matter how well thought out the plan, unless you put it into action, it remains a plan. Setting new goals and achieving them will take much more than just time. It will also take determination and strength to see it through. Now, the D.F.A.S. website has provided updated information regarding that payback of the 6.2% Social Security taxes that were deferred again from September through December of 2020. With the passing of the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2021, the period for collecting the deferred taxes has been extended. It starts in January and will end December 2021. Now, this will add an additional 8 months to collect those taxes, lowering the dollar amount on the deferred payments. Now, D.F.A.S. will be sending an individual email to all military civilian staff explaining the deferral and the collection methods. For assistance with your financial resolutions and financial well-being, which includes but not limited to budgeting, debt reduction, reviewing your credit report and increasing your credit score, your goal setting and retirement planning, please set up an appointment with the financial counselor by calling 253-967-1453 or by going to jblmdpfr.com to learn how to make an online appointment. And that will be followed by ACEs at the Stone Education Center.
Good morning. I'm Arnie Norm, Education Services Officer at Stone Education Center. As part of your New Year, New You goals in 2021, why not invest in taking some college courses or trying to improve your GT score? Your tuition assistance benefit will pay tuition costs for active duty soldiers up to 16 semester hours per fiscal year at a maximum tuition rate of $250 per semester hour or $166 per quarter hour, up to $4,000 annually. As well, you can use your benefit
for voluntary off-duty courses and/or exams leading to industry-recognized academic vocational credentials, basically called credentialing assistants. Improve your GT score through our basic skills education program to enhance your promotion potential, meet prerequisites for career development courses, or even qualify for a new MOS or even the commissioning programs. On the JBLM ACES website, you can click on the Education Center Resources directory to find contact information for all of our programs, as well as direct links to our on-post colleges. If you are interested in accessing tuition assistance, you can click on the link to visit goarmyed.com. At the top of this page, there is an important link where you can schedule an appointment with one of our counselors through TimeTab. And down at the bottom of the page, I want to highlight some important links. Under the Money for College section, there are a lot of resources for financial aid as well as scholarships. So I'm encouraging you to take your first step in improving you by investing in your education benefits. If you need to get a hold of anyone at Stone Education Center, you can call 253-967-7295. And I am followed by WorkSource JBLM.
Good morning, my name is Leo Gruba. I am the Joint Base Lewis-McChord WIOA team lead. I am just the team lead of one of many programs that are here to serve our military spouses, our transitioning service members, veterans in our local community, and our current service members in reaching transformational employment and or providing sustainment and support services to them as they transition. For those not familiar with the WorkSource umbrella program, some of our program highlights include resume assistance, both civilian and federal, job placement assistance. We have a job bank powered by Monster, typically has between 90,000 and 100,000 jobs at any given time throughout the local area. Internships, apprenticeships from the WorkX programs and the Spouse Ambassador programs, interview preparation, mock interviews, interview preparation techniques, virtual workshops available on WorkSource WA, available at the site there. We also have services for veterans who are experiencing employment barriers and need additional assistance. The one great thing about the WorkSource umbrella is we are a warm handoff here at Joint Base Lewis-McChord to over 2,400 other work sources across the nation. We have a huge site for labor market tools to help determine marketability. Some of those are accessed already in the TAP program. Retraining and education is also available, such as VI-25 and my program that I lead, the WIOA program. We have 7 career and technical college that allow service members with commander approval to begin short-term technical training. And then we also have outside resources for the state, such as child support services, DSHS, and other state assistance as you may need them. To get in contact with us, we are currently virtual in service format. We are available by appointment. However, you will need to set those up by calling the number 253-593-7320. Again, 253-593-7320. Or you can email us at worksourcejblm@esd.wa.gov. And I will be followed by Sustainable JBLM.
Good morning. I'm Kathy, Directorate of Public Works Environmental Division Sustainability Outreach Coordinator. I'm going to talk to you this morning about how to have an environmentally friendly new year. Right now you're probably looking at your house, looking at all the stuff you've got left over from all that Christmas wrapping and saying, what am I going to do with all these things? Just letting you know that you can recycle, right? You can recycle all that cardboard that came with those packages when you ordered them online. You can clean out all of those plastic bottles, take the lids off, empty, clean, and dry. That can go in your recycling container. If you have too much stuff and you don't know where to put it, remember that our local counties also have locations at their transfer centers that can help accept things. If you have questions, the JBLM Environmental Division website has specific handouts and opportunities for you to reach out if you've got certain things you need to ask us about. There's a plastic bag ban coming to Washington State. It is not actually being implemented January 1 as initially planned, but it will be hitting the entire state, not just the cities of Tacoma and Olympia, and so be ready for that. All right, so again, JBLM website, there's the QR code right there. One of the things we want to talk about as we head into these cold weather months is keeping your building warm. So JBLM community, you have questions, or if you need HVAC repair, you can reach out to the Directorate of Public Works for a service order. Please check your thermostat, make sure you're meeting those thermostat checkpoints. We're saying keep doors and windows closed, but at the same time, if it needs to be open for health, let's do that. Let's keep the airflow going and everybody healthy. Check your insulation, make sure those weatherproofing around the doors are good, and dress appropriately. Wear warm clothing if you're in a place that's a little drafty. So personal heaters are prohibited. So if you need something for your own health, and you need to reach out to our energy department, and those points of contact are available to you on the JBLM Environmental Division website. So we take it seriously here on JBLM. We want to make sure our water stays clean. Don't put it on the ground. Keep your garbage in the dumpster. If your dumpster's too full, reach out. Let us get something organized for you to have extra service. If you're in housing, you need to reach out to your housing people. Remember to keep your dumpster neat, not nasty. Don't spill it, right? If you see a rainbow sheen on the ground, call JBLM 911 and let them know. Maybe something yucky got spilled, and we want to make sure it doesn't get into our stormwater. If you have any questions at all, you see illegal dumping, once again, reach out and give us a call the military police. We have opportunities to track some of that stuff. We have an environmental investigator who helps keep track of illegal dumping, and we want to make sure that we're not dumping it on the ground. Keep your dumpsters neat, not nasty. Questions? The Environmental Division website's here for you. So don't flush trouble, right? We only want to flush the 3 Ps. Pee, poop, and paper, toilet paper. Don't flush paper towels. Don't flush those flushable wipes. They make a mess of our pumps. Don't flush diapers, Swiffer pads, fat oils and grease. Oh my goodness, all that stuff just blocks up our beautiful wastewater treatment plant. We want to keep it clean, keep it flowing. Keys, cell phones, paper masks, rubber gloves, none of that goes down the toilet. Just because it can doesn't mean it should. So once again, don't use your toilet as a trash can, and just don't flush trouble. If you have any questions, please reach out to us on our Environmental Division website, or we can track us on our Sustainable JBLM Facebook page. Thanks. I will be followed by religious services.
Good morning. Happy New Year. Chaplain Dave Schaffner here. As we navigate to our site there, just want to remind you that from any computer, you can type in Joint Base or JBLM Religious Support, and it'll bring you right here to this page. If one of your New Year's resolutions was to come back to chapel, just want to remind you that all of our chapel services are open. And last Sunday, we were able to restart childcare at some of our services. So for those of you who've been staying away because you don't want to chase your kids, we now have childcare again, so you are welcome to come back and join us. I want to highlight today the little flyer that's right there in the pink. We had such good success with our virtual VBS over the summer. Had several families and some of our young chaplains come and ask us if we could do a winter version. So we're going to be offering a winter version of Vacation Bible School. Starts next Monday. If you would like to participate in winter VBS, you can come by the Lewis North Chapel and pick up a craft bag. And then each day on our Facebook page, the events for that day will premiere each day on our Facebook page, and then you can follow along and take out the appropriate crafts and work it with your kids at home. So it'll give you an opportunity to do VBS at home over the next week. And again, if you have any questions, all the information is right there, or you can give us a call at any of the numbers at the Religious Support Office. Thank you, and God bless you. I will be followed by Madigan.
Hey, good morning. I'm Colonel Scott Roof. I'm the Madigan Army Medical Center commander. I'd like to talk to you a bit about TRICARE. You know, a lot of people come into the area every month and get assigned to the installation, and once you come here and enroll into TRICARE, you'll be assigned a primary care provider. And that not only gets your primary care provider, but it also enrolls you automatically into MHS Genesis. Now that is the electronic health record here at JBLM at Madigan Army Medical Center, and it is a very powerful tool so that you can not only utilize it to access your medical records, but you can also use it to securely contact your healthcare team. So it is a very convenient way to communicate. In regards to the COVID vaccine, I know many of you have heard that we've already started vaccinating. So around December 14th, our teams, along with others on the installation, started vaccinating healthcare workers and JBLM emergency services workers. And that's in line with that phased approach that you can see there, which was established by the DOD and based on recommendations from the CDC. Now, what you may see is this is slightly different than some of the activity that you see in the community. And that's because ours is, once again, based on that DOD phasing. We are prioritizing, you know, the frontline healthcare workers, emergency personnel, some deploying personnel, and others around the installation like DOD, education personnel, and child and youth services. Now, we will be, after a period of time, and I anticipate that will be in the coming not too distant future, perhaps in the next couple of weeks, we'll be transitioning those phase 2 beneficiaries. Those include those over age 75 and those with comorbidities. Our clinical teams will actually be reaching out initially to those folks over age 75 and those high-risk beneficiaries, and then subsequently we'll be advertising that as well on the Facebook, the Madigan Facebook page and the Madigan website. In the coming days, we'll also have a COVID vaccination hotline that you can call for that information as well. And for those of you that used it before, that's similar to our flu vaccination phone line for all that information. Now, I did get a couple of questions on Facebook that I'd like to mention, and one of them was from Chris. And Chris, thank you for this question. When will the COVID vaccine be available for each phase? And when and where will this information be presented? Now, I think I covered a lot of that, but I want to clarify that a lot of those dates have not been established yet. And currently, you know, as we get supply, we're vaccinating more and more. We are actively monitoring who we need to vaccinate first and really reviewing those records and making sure we're prioritizing who we need to prioritize. Currently, those in phase 1 are being contacted through their chains of command and their supervisors, and we'll rapidly transition that again to the patient healthcare teams as well as our social media sites. And then Ingrid asked, when can the family get vaccinated? And those healthy beneficiaries will primarily be in that phase 3. And although that's several weeks off, we will continue to communicate that as we get more information. On the next slide, you can see that we're continuing our blood drive. This is very important as we use this blood not only locally but for our deployed, for overseas deployment. We are continuing that. It is by appointment only, so you can call that number there on the screen. And the reason for the appointments is so that we can maintain that COVID mitigation, but the team there is actively collecting blood, and we appreciate your donations. Now, in regards to the flu, I know we talk a lot about COVID, but the flu is still out there. Fortunately, this year we've seen fewer and fewer cases of the flu. But what this really demonstrates is the importance of vaccination and maintaining those non-pharmaceutical intervention, those 3 W's, washing your hands, maintaining that wide distance, and wearing your facial covering. And so not only does that work for COVID, but it works for the flu and keeps in line with the current environment. So appreciate your efforts on that. Now, we often get, when should I use, the question, when should I use the emergency room? You know, generally we want to reserve the emergency room for those that are most acutely ill. We do have continued robust emergency operations during this time, of course, but we also have other opportunities for you to be seen in the community. You can see that there on the next slide. These include urgent care, as well as calling the Puget Sound Appointment Center. You can use your MHS Genesis patient portal to contact the team, and you can also call that number on the screen there. Now, as a reminder for those civilian urgent care clinics, those are not available for our active duty population, but all other categories of beneficiaries, that is available. And finally, we'd like to remind you that due to the increasing numbers of COVID in the community, we have reinstituted our no visitor policy. Now, there are some exceptions, and that includes those where caregivers are needed. And you can see some of those exceptions there, and we'll post that. That is already posted on our website and on our Facebook, as well as a link to the JBLM similar sites. I did get a question earlier from Carmen, and Carmen, this is a very good question. Have the COVID rules changed? Will husbands now be allowed to be part of the pregnancy appointments at Madigan? Now, as you can see there on the slide, for those inpatients, for labor and delivery, for those other appointments like that, or other encounters like that, we do allow a single caregiver. However, for the outpatient appointments in the clinic, we are not allowing any accompaniment right now, unless they're required for caregivers for the health of that individual. And that's to maintain patient safety, visitor safety, and the safety of the staff. And that's all I have, and I'll be followed back to Robin.
All right. Unfortunately, the Spouses Club wasn't able to join us, but as always, you can keep in touch with them on their website to look at their upcoming events and get connected. So we hope you'll do that in your spare time. All right, at this point, we have some questions we fielded, and I'd like to bring Colonel Duncan back up to answer some questions.
Thanks, Robin. All right, I have some questions here. Thank you, Donna. And I'm going to combine these questions because they're basically about opening gyms. So I have some questions from Donna, Christy, Rich, Monique. Please consider reopening gyms. Tough to exercise outside. I understand with the rain and the cold coming, as we've discussed. So I want to explain a little bit of the why behind the current gym status. As you know, we're following Washington state guidelines. You've heard me talk about this. We are an integral part of this community, the 5th largest city in Washington state. So we want to make sure we're good partners to Washington state. And the current Washington state guidelines is that gyms are closed. They are reassessing that, and maybe we'll hear something from Washington state from Governor Inslee soon. And we'll look forward to continuing to partner with Washington state. But the reason they're open to active duty on base right now is we have to maintain readiness. We have to be ready to deploy at any time. So we are continuing to keep the gyms for now open to active duty. I do very much look forward to opening these gyms to everybody as soon as we can. So please know that we're with you, and I understand, but that is why we are doing it, is for readiness and to maintain good partnership in the state. You've heard about the workouts of the day and awesome prizes and all that kind of stuff. So if you can do the workouts at home, continue on with MWR and following all that. The pool is open for DOD ID card holders, so you can go there and swim. Okay, second set of questions. Amanda, Melissa, a couple of questions about gates, transmission line, and the Woodbrook gate hours. I'm going to give you this kind of a similar why there. The reason how we determine the hours is based on a couple things. Mission requirements, so the transmission line gate has mission requirements that come in and out of that gate, and those are the specific hours that those are needed. And then the Woodbrook gate is the missions of the MPs and the security forces, the DA security guards, et cetera, that man those gates. That's the shift times and all that kind of things. The Woodbrook gate, I know we used to have open until 1800. We moved that back to 1700. We're always looking at gate hours. We'll continue to reassess these. Right now, we're not gonna make any changes to those, but I appreciate the questions, Amanda and Melissa, and we will look at Transline and Woodbrook, as with all of our gates. 14 gates on and off base, so we have to continue to monitor those hours. But there are obviously lots of other routes on and off base that are open either 24 hours or longer extended hours. And Kathy, the status of the laundromat, when and where. So as you know, we closed the laundromat because we are demolishing that building here on Lewis, Maine. We have other options for you in the meantime, though. So the RV parks, both the the RV park on McCord and the RV park on Lewis North, are both open for to do your laundry there. And we are looking at for options for where to build the new laundromat, either at the 41st Gate Mini Mall, or possibly partnering with an agency off base. If anybody knows of any great close laundromats that are quality that we can partner with off base, we're also kind of looking at options like that to get a very quick solution in, because it'll take us a little while to possibly build a new one if we can get that through all the utilities and everything that have to be pushed over to that area. So let us know if you have a great idea for that, and thanks. That's the questions I have.
All right, sir, thanks. I'd like to call Sustainable JBLM up to answer some questions.
Thank you. Hi, I have a question here from Adriana, and she asks, where can I recycle glass? Well, there's nowhere on JBLM right now where you can recycle glass. However, in the surrounding community, so you, as a JBLM resident, you are a Pierce County resident, there are lots of places where they have glass drop-off locations. So you can look at the Pierce County Solid Waste website, and it has the answer to where can I recycle glass, see what's closest to you. Also, Thurston County Solid Waste has a glass recycling option. Again, the big transfer centers also have those options for you. Adriana also asks, do you have an app? Do we have a recycle app like Fort Hood? Not yet. Great idea, Adriana. That looks like a good goal for 2021. Thanks so much.
All right. I'd like to bring Colonel Roof back up to answer some questions for Madigan.
Thank you. So Samantha had an excellent question. Is it mandatory that our military get vaccinated? It is actually still voluntary for not only military, but for civilians as well. As it is currently, the vaccine is currently under an emergency use authorization, and at this time remains voluntary for military. However, we do anticipate that much like other vaccines in the future, it will become mandatory, similar to the flu or others, but that remains to be seen when that will occur, but it is likely that it will occur.
All right, I'm just checking with the team to see if we have any additional questions. All right, looks like we're finished with questions. Oh. All right, good. Okay. Okay, all right, we're finished. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. As a reminder, our next Sound Summit will be on Tuesday, February 2nd at 10 o'clock, and we hope you'll tune in to get the most up-to-date information about Joint Base Lewis McChord and the community. Thanks, and have a great day.